Hi there, welcome to the Uke Stuff channel and welcome to this tutorial video for the play-along videos of You Sang to Me as recorded by Marc Anthony. This was a request on the Uke Play-alongs channel, and generally I do not take requests on that page. I ask people to fill out the tri-sider. However, this person said that they were going to do it for a wedding in 13 days and asked for it. So that was kind of growing on my conscience. And then when I explained the process and how long it really takes to do a video in the way that I couldn't possibly get to it in time, they were so kind and understanding that then I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to bump this to the front, and I did it. So this will not be a common occurrence on this channel. I am asking people to please use the tri-sider in the future, but this was sort of an exception for me. So what we're going to do in this video, first of all, is we're going to look at the chords you need for GCEA ukulele in two different keys. The original key is in B flat, so we'll look at it in the key of C, and then we'll also look at it in the key of B flat, and then we'll look at the chords you need for baritone DGBE ukulele, and then I'll talk about strumming and picking a little bit, so we'll finish the video with that. And just as a reminder, if you want to skip ahead to certain parts of this video, you can use the chapters below as you slide through. Those chapters also appear in the description with a lot of other information as well. And if you like the chords that are used in this particular play-along, you can find the tabs or chord charts at ukestuff.info. Ukestuff is a collaborator with this site. Now let's take a look at the chords you need for the key of C with GCEA ukulele. I'll be using this instrument. This is my Flight Diana Soundwave concert ukulele, although I will not be using the Soundwave in this video. The first chord you need is the C chord, then the A minor chord, then the F chord, and then finally the G chord. And those are the four chords you need to play this song on GCEA soprano, concert, or tenor ukulele in the key of C. Now let's take a look at the chords you need to play You Sang to Me in the key of B flat, the original key, on GCEA soprano, concert, or tenor ukulele. The first chord is the B flat chord. What you'll want to do is put your first finger on the first and second strings right above the metal first fret. What you want to do is pull against the fretboard and then just slightly support with your thumb. That will pinch off those notes without too much force and give you a clear sound. Then add the other fingers. So the second finger goes to string 3, fret 2. The third finger goes to string 4, fret 3. And that's your B flat chord. The next chord you need is the G minor chord. First finger goes on the first string, first fret. Second finger goes on the third string, second fret. And the third finger goes on the second string, third fret. That's the G minor chord. The next chord you'll need is the E flat chord. Now, the diagram in the book shows that you play strings 4, 3, and 2 at the third fret, and then you play the first string at the first fret. You can do that. So you can, for example, put the first finger on the first string, first fret, and then with finger 3, the ring finger, you can actually play strings 4, 3, and 2 with one finger. That will work. However, you may want to just try playing E flat a little differently than it shows in the actual song. So again, that first finger stays there, first string, first fret. The second finger reaches to the third string, third fret, and the third finger goes to the second string, third fret. Those chords are going to sound pretty much exactly the same because the G is being doubled in the chord. So that's how I would normally play this chord, although you can play it the other way as well, whatever works better for you. And the final chord you need is the F chord. And those are the chords you need to play You Sang to Me in the original key of B flat on soprano, concert, or tenor GCEA ukulele. Now let's take a look at the chords you need to play You Sang to Me on baritone DGBE ukulele. I'll be using this instrument. This is my Flight NUB 310. It's their entry-level baritone, but it does ship with GCEA tuning. So if you want DGBE tuning, you'll have to buy other strings for it. I incidentally am using living water strings, which are all fluorocarbon, so I really like the sound of that without the squeaky metal string, but that's a personal preference. All right, the 4 chords you need. The first one is the C chord. The next chord is the A minor chord. Just add the 3rd finger to the 3rd string, 2nd fret. Then the F chord. This is a partial bar chord, so you'll want to put finger 1 across strings 1 and 2 right above the metal 1st fret, and then pull against the fretboard. That will give you a clear sound all in itself, and then just lightly support with the thumb. Then you can add the other fingers. So the 2nd finger reaches over to the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and the 3rd finger reaches over to the 4th string, 3rd fret. And that's your F chord on DGBE ukulele. And the final chord is the G chord, which again is your ring finger, 3rd finger, 1st string, 3rd fret. And those are the 4 chords you need to play You Sang to Me on baritone DGBE ukulele. Right, now let's talk about strumming. And I'm going to be using the key of C since it's the one key that both baritone and soprano concert tenor are using in these play-alongs. So the first thing that I hear is some picking, and this is just a suggestion. Now, please keep in mind, all of these strumming patterns are suggestions. And in fact, the only reason I make all these videos, these tutorials, is because the #1 question on the Uke Play-Alongs channel is, what's the strumming? So if you can't determine a strumming pattern on your own that works, or a picking pattern that works, that's what this is here for, is to give you an idea, but it is not the only answer. Please keep that in mind. So here we go. The first thing I hear is a picking pattern that sort of goes like this. We're just going to use the C chord. So I, for picking, generally use my thumb, 1st finger, and 2nd finger. And one of my very staple sort of picking patterns is picking strings 4, 2, and 1 all at the same time, like a claw. All right? Now, after I've played that for this pattern, now after I've plucked 1, 2, and 4, then my thumb is going to go to string 3, my 1st finger is going to go to string 2, and my 2nd finger, my middle finger, is going to go to string 1. And I'm going to play a pattern of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And it has to be sort of in the pattern of the song. It's going to sound like this. Or you could play 1, 3 at the end too. It doesn't really matter. There's no right answer here. So it's going to be all 3, then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Then whatever your change of chord is, then your change of chord, then your change of chord, and that will work for that whole intro. So again, it's thumb, 1, 2, plucking strings 4, 2, and 1, and then the sequence of 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2 is what I'm doing. Sequence again. Now the other thing that I do most of the time is I do root my pinky on the soundboard. Some players don't want to do that, but I generally do so that I can keep my hand free to pick. Now in the event that I need to pick all 4 strings with 4 fingers, I don't need the pinky for that, so I've got all 4 covered if I need to do that, but generally most of my picking is done with thumb 1 and 2, and that is the picking pattern I would do at the beginning of the song. Now how about strumming? Eventually it just becomes easier to strum the song, and what I suggest that you do is use the island strum. So on these same chords beginning, it's going to be like this. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. you've never played an island strum before, there's a couple things you have to keep in mind. First of all, your hand never stops moving up and down. It's the standard stroke that you use all the time. It's what you've been learning since the very, very beginning of the ukulele. So even though you're only going and hitting the strings on down, down, up, down, up, you still got to be able to get up and down in time, and your hand has to move. So basically, it's whether you're hitting the strings or you're not. So you hit down, get back up, get back down, up. But it's not so frozen like that. It's fluid. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And then it's a little faster with the song. Now, if you've never played the island strum before, that might be tricky. Then you can absolutely feel free to just play down strums if that's what you need to do. Now, if you're an intermediate player and you want to add something else to spice things up a little bit, you can add a raschiato strum on the first downbeat of every measure. In a raschiato, you hit all 4 strings with all 4 fingers and then just go back to your normal pattern. So it sounds like this. That would work as well. So generally, with that picking pattern and really the island strum as your main technique, that's really all you need to be successful on You Sang to Me as recorded by Marc Anthony. All right, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll be back soon with some more uke stuff for you.